Yeah, look, it's a small build. It's meant to be a budget build, so it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it has lovely light, has a very high ceiling so that it feels light and airy even though it's a smaller build. It has 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a laundry and a toilet, so it's got enough for me. Built this last year, so with Brendan Wild and Wild Homes. I chose Brendan because I wanted a builder who would understand someone who wanted something a little bit different. You know, not your normal plaster brick veneer. So the windows are double glazed. They're not the best double glazed windows you can buy, but again, this build is to a budget, so they're working quite well. Inside in winter about 14 degrees with no heating, so put the heating on for a little bit each night and that's fine. Yeah, and that's all it needs. The hot water is a heat pump, so I have that set to go on once a day in the afternoon when these solar panels will be providing the electricity. So that goes on once a day and heats up to 64 degrees, and then it drops a few degrees overnight, but it's still above the 50 degrees that your self-limiting valve will run your shower at anyway. So yeah, it works fine. So I've got a small solar system. It's just a 3 kilowatt. That was very budget conscious because of the solar rebate, so it worked out very well. Have a grow watt inverter, and yeah, that's pumping out a whole lot of excess kilowatts when the sun's shining. Got lots of insulation. I have more than is required for the 6-star, so I have three in the western wall. So the western wall was made thicker so that we could have extra insulation. The ceiling has R4.5, which is again extra than you needed, and the other walls, external walls, have 2.5, which is pretty standard. That fits in with their 90mm stud that all the builders use. So yeah, so a few extras there, and also the internal walls are insulated as well. The air conditioning is a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries 7 kilowatt model. It has really good filtration systems and good for allergies, and it just does this main room. So yeah, it's heaps big enough. Probably could have got a smaller one, but I run it on eco, and it runs quite efficiently. Out into the garden, I'm really happy that I have a veggie garden here, and I'm also really happy that even though I've got a small block, I can have a native garden on 2 sides, 3 sides actually, and out the front on the nature strip. So I plan to have quite a thick native garden to provide habitat for birds and small animals, and yeah, also give me privacy and shade. So waste is pretty simple. I'm composting some, use my green bin if I have lots and lots of weeds, and of course I recycle. So I try to have minimal waste. I maybe have 1 small bag a week of waste that goes out, but always trying to reduce. Being close to town, I can walk to a supermarket, I can walk to a post office, so very sustainable in those ways. I don't use my car a lot unless I'm going bushwalking somewhere. And yeah, it's just a lovely sunny small spot to be, and I haven't gone into a new subdivision. I haven't used up any of our precious forest land around Bendigo, so I'd like Bendigo to retain the city and the forest aspect, and being an infill build, yeah, that's a good way to get some more high density housing closer to Bendigo.